Carson Wentz has a specific place in the hearts of Philadelphia Eagles fans. He's very polarizing. Like, I think that if he comes to Philadelphia, the team will boo him, or the fans will boo him. I think that some of the players see him in a different light because that season where the Eagles won the Super Bowl is looked on very admirably for everybody. I think that at the end of the game, Jason Kelce, who is like the leader of the team, I believe he is the oldest player on the team, but he's not the eldest statesman on the team, the most tenured player on the team. But he is one of the leaders of the team, and he traded jerseys with Carson. And I think that they continue to be good friends. The fans don't like Carson because they believe he quit. And I'm not really going to talk about that because I feel like there's nothing really there to discuss because, I mean, it's in the past. And I really don't like to talk about that point in time because it's a very sensitive subject because I used to be a huge Carson fan. Now, I never was someone who came out and was like, he's elite, but I definitely, at certain periods of time, like, defended him to the death. You know, I would go on Twitter and I would talk to people and try to make them believe that he was actually really, really good. And I was someone who thought that, you know, Indianapolis could help change him and he could become a better player. And it looks like at this point I might be wrong, but when he, at the end of the 2020 season and when he left and before he left, I said this. I said, if he continues to not change the way that he plays, right? If he continues to hold the ball for too long, if he continues to take too many sacks, if he continues to not check the ball down on certain occurrences, then he will never change and grow as a quarterback. And it really seems like he hasn't learned that. He hasn't. I don't know if he's gonna have to like hit rock bottom because I don't think he's hit rock bottom yet. I think that Carson Wentz believes that he can be the greatest, and he is one of the greatest. But I think he is humble, but he hasn't learned. I don't think he's hit rock bottom yet. I don't think he believes that he needs to change yet. And that's not good for him. It's not. Last year, I rooted for Carson Wentz because we needed to root for Carson Wentz. We needed that first-round draft pick. Carson Wentz played a certain amount of games. The Eagles got that first-round draft pick. This year, he's a division rival. Not by choice, but he's a division rival. He got ditched by the Indianapolis Colts, and now he is the first Washington Commanders starting quarterback. The thing that I see from Carson Wentz that I didn't see back in 2017 when he was an MVP candidate is, again, staring down receivers, taking too many sacks, taking fumbles, right? Not throwing to the check down. These are things that are going to continue to hamper him until he learns that you can take a check down. The way that the Philadelphia Eagles played Carson Wentz in this game was the way to play Carson Wentz, right? Use your defensive backs, play on the backside, kind of like cover the receivers down the field and make sure that he continues to look down the field and then just tee off on him. And that's exactly what the Philadelphia Eagles did, and that is why the Philadelphia Eagles succeeded so much in this game and had 9 sacks, because there were a few times where he had a wide open receiver and quite frankly, he just refused to throw it to them in the check down. Like, Washington also didn't make any adjustments in this sense. They just continued to play the same game, despite the fact that there was a chance for openings. right? There were points in time where he was holding the ball for a long time, and nothing really came of it. You should not be an NFL quarterback in this league and have -1 net passing yards at the beginning of the second half. It shouldn't be happening, and it shouldn't. It's disappointing to see because I was a part of this Carson Wentz cult, and a lot of other Eagles fans were a part of this Carson Wentz cult, where we really believed that he was going to be spectacular. We really believed that these people were just haters and they were wrong. But looking at it at this point in time, I admit that I was wrong. And it really made me think about, look, dude, we have Jalen Hurts. He's playing well. But I'm not going to stand here and be like, he's amazing and he's going to be a future MVP. And I'm certainly not going to stand on social media and try to defend him in front of people who think that he's just a running back who can throw. I don't care about any of that. That's just ridiculous. I'm not at the point in my life where I need to be defending other grown men. Just let them show what they have on the field. But with Carson Wentz, he hasn't hit rock bottom, and he's going to continue to be this player until he makes a change, until that organization changes. Until they pressure him to change. Maybe he needs to be a backup at some point. Maybe he needs to be humbled. I don't know. But he's at a point in time in his career where this could be the last chance he gets before, someone else comes in and possibly does a better job than he does. I don't know. I'm not somebody who kind of lives in that fan base of the Washington Commanders. He's their problem now at this point. The Philadelphia Eagles and I have kind of moved on, as well as the Eagles fan base and their embrace for Jalen Hurts.